5. Pressure tight, we never slide. DJ calling routes, Cook holding down the line. Harris in the backfield, reading all the signs. Throne running deep, got that Razorback pride. Film on the screen, we break it down clean. Talk real ball, no script, no green screen. From the hill to the dome, we ride for the team. Red blood, white cleats, and a hog in a dream. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, film on the screen, we break it down clean. Talk real ball, no script, no green screen. From the hill to the dome, we ride for the team. Red blood, white cleats, and a hog in a dream.
Here we go, Tuesday morning. Welcome in, everybody, to the Morning Huddle, presented by 4th and 5. Hopefully everybody had a great day yesterday and an even better day today. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at what's on the rundown for everybody coming up. All right, so once again, what will be in today's show, as I just realized, I forgot to switch my rundown graphic. So let's go ahead and bring everybody in right now. I'm DJ Williams, Josh Throne, Grant Cook. What's on today's show as we kind of go through it? It's going to be a big-time show. A lot to talk about. Gambling in college sports, how it's impacting our athletes, now programs, in a really, really big way. We're going to talk about something a little bit later in the show, which probably could not be in our best interests, but I think we need to be fair, and we're going to talk about stories as they pop up. Doesn't matter who a sponsor may or may not be, all right? We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. Basketball, another big one. We got a 5-star phenom, 6'11", 203. He's from, off the top of my head, where's he from?
Finland.
All right. Moved to the States, I think his sophomore year in high school. But another piece to the pie or puzzle over there for Coach Calipari as he tries to reload back up after losing for sure one guy. I think Malik Ewing said he's in the portal. Billy Richmond, do we know what's going on with B. Rich yet? And even Malik Thomas, who put his toe in the water for basketball, could potentially come back as well. If all that happens, hey, look out now. Also, coming up, we're going to recap baseball. We missed that yesterday, but we got Alyssa Orange joining us for that. And a whole bunch of really good talk bits. I got some great Blitz ones for you. And we're bringing back one of my favorite segments that we did maybe once or twice, Doing Too Much. We're going to take a look at a couple things where we're just like, well, what are we doing here? We got to tighten up, calm down. We're doing too much. That'll be a little bit later in the show. Fellas, before I get to y'all, somebody in the chat asked me, did I win? You know, we got a little competition going on with our chat. Who's the first one in? I usually try to time it up to where we go live exactly at 5:58. All right. Then we start that 2-minute timer. Then we're up at 6. Okay. They want to know who's the first one to get into the chat. Taco 334. Good morning. You won today's chat challenge. Legend right behind you. We got Donna, Razorback Pride. Keebler, who's the one who asked if they won, just missed it by 10 seconds. 10 seconds you missed it.
Do we know who Taco 334 is?
I don't know. You know, I always go back and forth. Do we want to know who the people are, or do we just want to know them by their username? You know, I like Taco, right? Yeah. That way Taco can be open and honest with us without us, coming at Taco, the real Taco.
Taco might be at lunch today, and you don't even know.
He might be at lunch today. Just eyeing me down.
Could be amongst us.
Man, I was at the Catfish Hole the other day, the one in Alma, and as soon as I sit down, I get a tweet. Somebody says, "DJ, you like those hush puppies?" I'm like, "Who's this?" Never found out who the person was, but they were watching. We got Walter Barnes in the house. My mom is up watching Buffy. We got my girlfriend, Ebony. Hey, boo, good morning. Jim Gum. I've got a 4th and 5 plate coming for Matt. Awesome. I'll send it to Val. Speaking of your 4th and 5 license plate, somebody remind me to just put it in my car right now because I go to Fayetteville all the time, and I keep forgetting to get it to y'all. All right, y'all, let's get into the show today, and it is Taco Tuesday. All right. Also, we're going to start switching up the way we give away things. It won't be every day, but the prize will be even better. I mean, it's not really raising the bar much when you just got a coffee mug. But, hey, I like the coffee mugs.
What does that mean?
I like the coffee mugs. Fellas, how y'all doing today?
I'm doing good,
Good.
man.
Yeah.
Doing real good.
I know-
I forget it's Taco Tuesday. Do y'all do tacos on Tuesday? Is that a thing that you actually do regularly?
Well, our neighborhood, they rotate houses for Taco Tuesday. Who hosts? We don't. But usually when the Morgans, they're just right across the way. Usually when they host, we'll go over there because Abby makes a hell of a margarita. It's so good. What?
DJ still has like those neighborhoods from the 90s that like they still get together and do stuff. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't live in one of those neighborhoods.
God, I'm gonna show you.
I would have to be the guy to start that in my neighborhood.
You think
We
they
just moved here, so I don't know what all we got going on. But I'll tell you, this POA is active.
are they? Are they active? In a
We're
good way or a
active,
bad
baby.
way?
Good way.
Okay, good. Because sometimes,
good way.
sometimes it could be a little annoying. You know,
I've
Pappy's-
actually gotten on YouTube and I started watching like people are just filming their POA meetings. It's really funny to watch. If you guys ever want to put a hidden camera on, we should start doing that.
God, I got to show you. Yeah,
People get heated about their neighborhood now.
I'm gonna show y'all something
Don't
a little bit
be
later.
letting them
Hey, man, let me
shrubs
tell
go
you
up too
something.
high.
Man, the yards around here,
Yeah,
I
Oh.
had to mow again yesterday. It was the second time this week.
Can't
Yeah.
get your weeds above 2 inches, brother.
Because
Well,
the
will they
houses
come
on
at
either
you?
side of me, they got a guy in the neighborhood that mows their yard, and when they mow it, like mine was nice, and I still had lines.
You
I
still had lines
in my
and you
yard,
mowed it?
but it didn't look. I mean, they got mowed on either side, then mine looked like junk.
Ooh,
Yeah, you're brand new to the neighborhood. You can't have that.
Yeah,
No, you gotta be like, man, this new guy over here doesn't take care of his stuff. You know.
right.
God, I want to send y'all something. I just don't know how to send it.
No,
Anyway, I'll
but
figure it
DJ's
out.
neighborhood, man, they got like pickleball courts in their backyard. Like people will just gather, you know. I like it. I'm not
It's
making fun
awesome,
of it.
man.
I love it. I love it. I wish we did that here.
Nice little community.
It is good. I'll say this. There was one neighbor I kind of went back and forth with, and she called cops a couple times for no
Hey,
legitimate
We're
reason.
working out in the gym too.
Yeah, every time the cops would come over, they'd be like, "You're fine. It's just when the call happens, we have to show up." And we showed up, and we're just like, you know. I had, you know, I turned my garage into a gym, you know, and you know me, I opened it up to anyone. At one point, we had about 12 people waiting outside my garage for the door to open at 8:30 so we could get the workout in. All right, I loved it. I love hosting. All right. But one day we had somebody from the city come by and try to see if I was holding a illegal operation by charging people and not, you know, doing the proper codes and having an established business. I can't make this up. And I said, no, they just work out here for free. And I tried to tell him, I said, who called? And he couldn't tell me. And then I had another code enforcement because my car was parked out in front of the house, and people didn't like how sometimes you have to, if two cars are coming at the same time, you have to like let one pass and then the other one goes. They didn't like that, so they called code enforcement on me again. You know, but we've come a long way. Me and this other neighbor, we buried the hatchet because I accidentally sent an emotional text message to her, and as soon as I pressed send, I was just like, "Oh, why did I do that?" But then we talked it out, and now we're cool. All right, so
And I had a neighbor before we get on to this. We had a neighbor one time growing up that used to all on 4th of July. She just hated that the mailman would go out and stick a flag in the yard by the mailbox. You know,
Yeah.
she like in her mind, I guess it ruined her yard. So my dad was a little bit younger. You know, he had me and my brother a little bit younger, but him and my uncle got together while she was gone to work. They went ahead and just spray painted her whole front yard in a big American flag.
oh my god,
Just painted the whole
What?
thing.
Ron.
Yeah,
No
believe it or
way.
not.
There's no way.
That was Ron, father.
That's
20s.
That's hard to believe. Not Ron, because you know Ron's about doing it the right way all the time. So that's
Well, he
hard to
did.
believe.
He felt like he was doing 4th of July the right way back then.
Oh, that's awesome. All right,
God
fellas.
bless America.
Let's get into in case you missed it. I really want to show you, Josh, you brought up a point, and I'm curious too about y'all's neighborhoods, growing up, kids in the neighborhood. If y'all, if they get out and about, or are they stuck inside all the time? And so this is a shot from the neighborhood the other day. I think I can throw this in here real quick. Boom. That was really, really quick. Good job, DJ. My yard,
Sideways.
and y'all know I'm a yard guy, right? And it really threw it up right there. All right, so there we go. Sorry, I'm a yard guy, right? But look at this. All right, I let the kids in my yard. This is a Saturday afternoon. They're all outside just playing some baseball, having a good time. And it's just, this is what it's about.
I love that.
In the neighborhood, right? I'm in the back patio. I'm playing the Oregon baseball music. Let me bring that back up. And watch this kid. Watch this kid right here. Watch this stroke. Look at this. Get it out of there. Let's go.
You've got the perfect yard for that.
A nice wiffle ball game going on.
It is. It is. Now, I got to talk to the kids. You see me and Ebony in the backyard. We're playing the music. We're doing the commentary. And on the other side, there's about 15 parents. All right. So that's what it's out. So get your kids out of the house. Put the tablets down. Put the video games down. Enjoy the neighborhood, right? Jeez Louise. Now, I did tell the kids, you get it once a week because too much in my yard starts messing it up, all right? Especially when the green starts coming. We got to tighten up.
You still have that neighborhood where kids can go outside and play, and it's safe.
Yeah.
You know?
It is.
You ain't got that anymore.
It's nice. It's nice. All right, y'all. Before we get into In Case You Missed It, once again, a big shout out to our In Case You Missed It sponsor, our friends over there at Parlay on 8. Fellas, me and Ebony, we're coming up. We will be there for Cinco de Mayo. All right, so Josh or Grant, either one of y'all, if y'all have a spare bed for us, it'd be very much appreciated. All right, but the event will be Cinco de Mayo. You see it over there on your right. So we're going to hang out, have a great time, hopefully get some great margaritas. It's going to be a nice little taco takeover. But Saturday, even coming up this Saturday, the Kentucky Derby watch party. They're going to have a best dressed competition and a whole bunch of other things when it comes to the specialized drink menu. All right, let's move along. Let's go ahead and get into In Case You Missed It. And we're going to start over there with Texas Tech. Have y'all seen this? Y'all remember getting in the offseason, Texas Tech, they got that old money over there, and they went and snagged the #1 quarterback out of the portal. I think gave him somewhere between $4 to $5 million for 1 year. 1 year. He was supposed to take them from the playoff team to the championship team, all right? He may not play a snap of football ever again. Got into a situation. He had a gambling, I guess he has an addiction. That's what the story comes out. His name is Brandon Sorsby. I can't remember where he transferred from, but Cincinnati. That's right. So, but apparently he's moved around a lot. He is now seeking treatment. Came in the wake of a discovery of him making thousands of online bets on a variety of sports via a gambling app, which jeopardizes his eligibility at Texas Tech. Investigation going on right now. And as the organization forbids athletes from betting on both college and pro sports, I don't know how you get around this one, fellas. I really don't. Also, according to sources, usually it's like, as long as you don't bet on your team, may give you some kind of grace. Sorsby bet on Indiana football while redshirting for the Hoosiers as a true freshman in 2022. This thing goes back, which he played in a single game as a reserve. So it's like, if there was a loophole,
the
bets in 2022, were on Indiana to win, and none came in the game in which Sorsby appeared. When it comes to, we'll talk about betting a little bit later in the show, but talk about huge hit for Texas Tech. I mean, that changes everything for Texas Tech. The #1 guy you go get to take your team over the hump. So I was thinking about this. Nowadays in the portal, you talk about how often do you think this will pop up? And maybe coaches didn't even think to add this to the list of questions to kind of ask a player or find out about a player. Like, can we look at his betting history real quick to make sure that he hasn't done anything? But you may have to start doing that now. Because I remember I was down on the field one day, and after I got the reaction from this player, I was just like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. But I didn't think about it because this is all new territory, especially for college sports and prop bets. Okay, we'll talk more about prop bets later. But I was talking to Luke Has, and it was after a game, and I said, hey, good game today, Luke. I said, that last catch got me my parlay. He said, huh? He didn't even know that his performance directly affected people's pocketbooks, about how many catches or how many yards. He had no clue. Could you imagine, fellas, us back in the day? And I know I saved it. Sorry. we'll talk more about this later in the Blitz with your arguments. So when it comes to this, what do you think coaches now need to add to the list of checklists when it comes to bringing in potential program-changing players out of the portal?
You got to get their phone records, their app records, their laptop records to figure out if they're on these sites and if they have a betting history, because it's going to be more and more of a problem. When we were growing up, I mean, online betting wasn't even a thing in Arkansas for sure. You might have had to like just be like using some sort of Vegas situation to be able to do this. But now I'm so far removed from it. Like, honestly, I'm still trying to figure it all out. You guys try to educate me all the time on how betting works.
Yeah.
But the kids these days, I've witnessed it. I remember when my brother was coming into college, those kids know all about it. They know all about it. So it's a whole different epidemic that they're going to have to deal with.
Yeah. And I mean, is that invasive? Is that personal history or coaches? I mean, like, I think nowadays, Grant, extensive background checks are required.
Yeah. I mean, I think you got to have the Secret Service as, as your background check people nowadays. But honestly, I don't know how you prevent that. I know when we were playing, you couldn't even, I want to say maybe, they brought the compliance people in every year, and you can't, you can't bet on any sports. You could do, I think we maybe could do, like, if we went to Oakland, we could bet on horses maybe, or something like that. Like, that wasn't against NCAA rules.
Yeah.
But any betting was against NCAA rules, period. Like, even if you bet on, I don't even think we were supposed to fill out like a March Madness bracket
stuff
on
like that.
CBS or whoever. Like,
yeah.
I think technically that was even, something. You're getting money for something. You would
have had to know like a personal local bookie. I feel like.
I honestly think in Arkansas that's how it had to be. It used to be that way, but now, I mean, I can get on my phone right now and bet on Ukrainian table tennis.
Right now,
I mean,
if it's a $5 million contract, though, like $5 million, you got to do some sort of due diligence to make sure that you know this kid doesn't have a betting history, from his freshman year at Indiana.
Yeah,
it's going to cost you.
They're going to go through evaluations. They're sending them through a physical evaluation. They're probably doing some sort of a, I'll say mental evaluation. Not like he's going to go see a psychiatrist or anything, but they're looking at his transcripts. They may put him through some sort of a, hey, let's go through like a Gruden camp, right? Let's go through plays. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. So, I mean, I think you got to go through some sort of a moral evaluation as well. And I don't know how you do that. I'm not the guy that's got the template for that, but nowadays I think you got to.
I'll say this too. And like, we're going to dig way more into this in our Blitz period when it comes to player props. But even in NFL, Grant, Josh, fantasy football, it had to be real cloak and dagger within the locker room about building your fantasy football teams, because when you have conversations like, hey, I really need the guy we're playing against to have at least 87 yards today, it gets a little weird.
Yeah.
And
I really need Donald to catch 3 passes.
Yeah.
Today.
Hey, Aaron, you think you can, come on, what are we doing? Gets a little weird. My mom just texted me and she said, we need to go to the review board. Okay. And she said that Jim Gum was the first one to respond. Now, fellas, y'all are looking at what I'm looking at. All right. I can't I guess I could pull this one up on the screen. It would just take too much figuring out right now. Right now, it says Taco was the first one. I'm sorry.
5:58 and 32 seconds.
Yeah, 32 seconds after. Now, I do not put it past Jim to get it in there 1 second after we go live. Okay, I do not put. Maybe he put it in too fast. I don't know. But just from what we've seen, and that comment came in from YouTube. We got some coming in from Facebook and a couple from Twitter. I'm seeing where they're all coming in from. So, Jim, if I missed you, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. It's this software we're using. All right, let's get to the next in case you missed it. We'll talk more about player props here in just a second. But I got a follow-up story for you, fellas. You remember my guy going around impersonating people? He has pleaded guilty to all of his charges. What are his charges, DJ? First of all, I still don't understand how dumb you got to be sometimes, fellas. This guy sets the bar. But most importantly, Grant, you made a comment the other day that even made more sense. How dumb do you have to be to loan this guy up to $20 million, and he's not even the guy. Woo! You know some people are in some hot water. Hot water. You know they are. Former Alabama defensive tackle, I believe his name's Turner Davis, pleaded guilty to his charges from defrauding investors of millions of dollars, in part by putting on makeup and wigs to impersonate NFL players.
Crazy, dude.
It's wild, right? And this is what's even wilder, right? You feel like you would get into face-to-face conversations. These were disguises were put on while he was on video calls with investors, not even meeting in person. These are video calls in 2024, pretending to be 3 different players. He wore the makeup and wig once, a wig the second time, and a do-rag style head covering the third call. Just call it a do-rag, writers, according to prosecutors.
A do-rag style head covering. And he's wearing a do-rag, all right?
Yeah, that's just do-rag. He impersonated.
That's what I'm calling it from now on.
That's what
Some sort of head device.
Yeah. Some sort of wave creating device.
He impersonated Michael Penix Jr., David Njoku, and Xavier McKinney, all from 3 different teams. Obviously, they had given no authorization to him to do this. In addition to wearing the disguises, he used fake driver's license with photos of the players that he found online. I feel like this was too easy, right?
It's like 3D print an ID now, or how do you do that?
I felt like this was too easy.
Photoshop, man.
And like
He just went to Spirit Halloween and got some a dreadlock wig and put it on and started. I'm David Njoku.
wild.
We don't know how deep this goes. I mean, he was a Alabama football player. Did he have relationships with some of these guys, or did he have some people who knew these guys who could get a hold of, what their driver's license looked like? I mean, we're just kind of learning stuff as we go.
Did he have relationships with some people at the banks? Where were these banks? Were they in Alabama?
Or he was watching some Hollywood movie and he said, I can do that. Idiot.
Oh my gosh, that's Jason Bourne.
The scheme brought in $20 million from at least 13 fraudulent loans.
Golly.
Wow.
I wonder what the individual largest one was. Like,
Yeah.
did he get like $5 million from one of that guy's completely fired right now?
Hey.
Could you imagine these bankers like getting off the call? They're like, I don't know, that didn't look like Penix to me. Do you think? Ask him to take his do-rag off. No, you can't ask a man that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Matt Crowder. He had a comment earlier. I'll get back to in here in a second. But he says, "How does a D tackle impersonate a corner and get away with it? He's 6'5", 300-pound corner. Like I said, it was video calls, not even in person.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll say this though, he's probably going to go to prison.
Yeah, that size is going to help him in prison, man.
It'll help him there, but he was a national champion in 2010 with Alabama Crimson Tide. All right, he's got that. He's got that. Maybe you should have started with just pawning the ring off. I don't know.
Sure.
Crowder did say something earlier.
I saw it, but it's gone now. Or not gone. It's up there somewhere.
Brandon Sorsby, the Texas Tech guy that got all that money, if he gets banned from playing, does he get to keep all of his money? Surely not.
No, surely not.
But he's already got a lot of it already,
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not sure the structure of how he was paid or how the payments came in.
Yeah.
I think MGM's got most of it, DJ.
That's
True. Yeah. Never mind. It's going to be hard to get that one back. All right.
Yeah. Usually casinos keep their money if you lose it.
Just trying to say you're going to, you've seen Landman. You're going to have somebody knocking on your door. Hey, where's my money? All right. And that's how they do it down there in Texas, especially when it comes to that oil money. All right. One more, just in case you missed it. Staying with, and I just, once again, stop being stupid, athletes. And this one hurts. All right. Because this is an Arkansas kid. I don't know if y'all saw this. #1 recruit in the state 2 years ago, Carius Kern out of Marion, arrested for drugs and then trying to escape arrest. Come on, big dog. What are we doing? I had a conversation with him on the phone when he was getting recruited, and then he committed to the University of Arkansas. So we got him on the phone line. I'm with the buzz, and he forgot we were live, or he just didn't care if we were live, and he started cussing. but it was kind of cool because I was like, we finally got a dog, a big time athlete, and no, he is the part. Went to LSU, ends up transferring after all the coaching change, finds himself at Ole Miss, and he's injured right now too. And that's another thing too. When there's injuries going on and these players aren't active, God, you got to keep your eye on them because they'll get distracted somehow, some way or another. And this is not a good one. So when it comes to Carius Kern, charged with drug possession, fleeing police, and other charges, NFL prospect, yes, for sure. He was arrested in Arkansas. So I guess he was home from, spring ball or something like that. Maybe healing, resting up. I'm not sure how that worked. But he was arrested in Arkansas for drug possession and dangerously speeding to try to flee arrest. Like, how many times does this have to happen to know that it's not going to work out for you? You know, just making it worse and worse.
Many people don't get away.
No, they don't.
They're just, I mean,
it's
like,
in the movies.
I'm not going to say not everybody because, there's some people that do. I watch live PD sometimes. Some people get out of there. You ain't getting away.
So
you got a very slim chance.
Transferred, blah, blah, blah.
Where'd this happen at? Where did he get arrested?
I'm not sure where in Arkansas, but
Jeffrey WT says Ole Miss football's Carius Kern pays fine on 3 charges.
So
others were dropped.
So here we go. Here goes the charges. Charged with fleeing, reckless driving, speeding, improper lane change, and possession of schedule. Dang, I'm bad with the Roman numbers. If it's a V and an I, is that 4 or is that 6?
4.
Okay. Schedule 4 substance of less than 4 ounces. He was released less than 2 hours after he was arrested. The Mississippi Ledger reported, if convicted of the drug charge, Kern faces up to 1 year in prison and a $2,500 fine and mandatory 6 months driver's license suspension per state of Arkansas. And this is where
apparently he's paid his fines. It's over.
Okay, well,
is that what we're reading?
If convicted on the drug charge, this is what I got yesterday. So I'm not sure how fast things move, but regardless, just players, I know some of them watch this stuff. God, please just don't stop being stupid. I remember when I was in New England, right? I got there, stayed up there for the whole offseason, and then the rookies came in. And there was this rookie tight end that, I was taking under my wing. We're hanging out. We're about to go, watch a movie or something. I think The Hobbit was coming out with all those new series, maybe Desolation. I can't remember which one it was. But after that, we're just going to go to a different spot, go grab something to eat. Gets in the car, right? His rental car, and lights up a blunt, right? And this is about 4 o'clock, sun's out, bright day, windows down, not even up. And he's just, and it's just like music just bumping, blaring, everything that says, please look at this car, And I'm in the front seat, and I even turned to him, and this is where I said, hey, get me out of this car. I told him, I was like, let me out. I said, I'm, you do you. I ain't judging you. This ain't my lane. And he was like, man, stop playing. You will drive. I was like, no, this ain't my lane, big dog. You go ahead and ruin your career real quick. Drop me off at the next stop, and I'll find my way home. That was the most intense I've ever felt in a car because, we're in New England. And by we, black folks, there's not a lot around there. And we're sticking out like a sore thumb, bumping music down the street, smoke coming out both windows. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to explain this when we get pulled over?
You did the smartest thing you could have done.
Man.
What'd you say?
Me?
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said you went to some white areas for teams. Green Bay?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I had to get out of that car. But I'm just over here thinking this dude, because I think these young athletes nowadays, they've always seen what the lifestyle looks like. Smoking weed, bump the music, got the big chains on. I got this money. This guy, he's the type on a free agent rookie contract going to clubs, spending thousands. I'm like, this dude ain't going to last. All right.
I'll tell you this, man, too. And we've talked about it. When you're a dude, because I remember we used to well, I'm not going to say that, but I've seen some people spend some money, and those guys had money.
They had money.
they could spend $10,000 in a night and honestly look at the bank account and you couldn't even tell that it was spent.
Yeah.
If you hang out with those guys when you're making $10,000 a week, like don't do that. Now you can hang out with them if they're gonna. I mean, if you're just along for the ride, but if you're the one that's having to pay for everything, that's how these guys end up broke when they make, more than very high paying, very successful executives in companies, just regular companies.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, did you say a V and an I or an
Hey,
I and a V?
I said what I said the right way, and you got it wrong. Yeah, the chat's correcting you right now. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, well, I thought you said an I and a V.
Okay.
So if the I is in front of the V,
Yeah.
you subtract it. If it's on the right side of it, you add it.
We're going to have to go.
future
We'll
reference.
go and review film. You know us. We love to review film on here. There's a good clip up right now of Josh from yesterday. Just go watch that.
Well, I looked at it and I think, I probably did get it wrong because it's marijuana is the Schedule 6. And because when I thought you said I and V. And so when I said 4, that's some different, that's like prescription drugs. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that he's not just paying a fine for prescription drugs. That would probably be a little bit more serious of an issue.
Fair
Well,
enough.
the problem with these kids, anyways, fellas, is that they just don't think that they can get caught. Well, it's not that they just
Or that
walk
they
around
won't
going,
get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. I
Honestly,
don't
I
think
think that's what it is. I don't think that because they've just been shooed through in a lot of instances, right? They got all this money now and they got perks and all this stuff. And I think they're like, whatever, it's just weed. I ain't going to get in trouble. And then
I don't even know if it's a conscious decision. I just think that because nothing bad has happened yet to them, they just continue to. It's out of sight, out of mind, and then it happens. Like, well, yeah, I should have been thinking, but it's part of being young. You learn from other people, or you go the tough road and learn from yourself.
All right, y'all, let's get to some Razorback basketball. Big news yesterday now, which is setting up the lane, fellas, for basketball season just ended. And we're already talking about, hey, is this our year? Is it coming up? I had a big splash out of not even the portal. And I'm not even, I think this guy is in Kansas right now. We'll talk about it here in a second. But the clips that I have him, we always talk about young kids. What can we do with them? He's playing on the same court as the Joker. Jokic, the NBA MVP, back to back. He's on the same court as this guy playing overseas. All right, so he's playing with some grown men. But we'll talk more about him in just a second. First, as we get into our first drive, got to give a big shout out to our sponsors, our friends at Southwest Auto Collection. Once again, I'm not sure what your habits are, but if you want to partake in those habits in a vehicle, I got you covered. All right. My friends over there at Southwest Auto, tires for life on any new vehicle you get. No payments for 90 days on select models. And when it comes to those select models, they got everything over there. I keep reminding myself to put a list of all the types of makes and models that they carry. It would take a while. So if you're looking for a vehicle, it's been very tough to find. I really encourage y'all to go to their website at idriveswa.com. Find that ride. Once again, if you can't make it to Arkadelphia, it's cool. They will drive that thing to you. Now, the thing about it is they understand sometimes you get you test drive and you're like, something ain't right. They're not going to make you take the vehicle. When I talk about customer service, it really is like that over there at Southwest Auto. So hop online right now, idriveswa.com, find that vehicle, and they'll bring it to wherever you are. First drive, fellas. Let's talk about it. Razorback basketball. Cal reloads. He's got some young guys. I'll put up a post yesterday, fellas, and got a little traffic. Got a little traffic on this one. I asked, as we talk about these recruits right here, Calipari adding yet another elite player. His name, excuse me if I'm getting it wrong. I'm sure I'm going to get it right. I think it's Micah Marin. Yeah, Finland player, 6'11", 203 pounds. He put that along with other five-star signee JJ Andrews. You also get the number 2 player overall in the country from Jordan Smith Jr. And you also got another big-time guard, Abdu Turo, I believe that is, coming in as well. So you got Ages on the screen from left to right: 18 years old, 18 years old, 18 years old, 19 years old. Now, this 19-year-old from Finland been playing against some grown men. But I went to ask, are we worried about the age? And are we set up to have another run? This is what some of our viewers said on our social media pages. This comes in from Steven. He also wants to let us know we also got the top scorer over there at Georgia and a few more in the portal. I think we'll be fine. Hoping Billy Richmond comes back. That would be great. Scott Montgomery says, well, we also need a couple 26 and 30-year-olds like Michigan had. That'd be nice. You got some grown men out there playing basketball, y'all. And Cal Cherry says, still don't have any bigs with some meat on the bones. We talked about that. Got to have some meat on their bones. It'll show once we start playing elite teams. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this player. He made a lot of splashes as far as his athleticism is concerned. And once again, we're still going through the addition of who that traditional big five is going to be. And I think we've all talked about this too. We've seen it do well in the tournament of a dominant big, okay? I don't think that's what this guy is, even though he's 6'11". Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these highlights. Right? Have y'all seen this guy yet? Have y'all seen him at all?
He reminds me of a little bit. Yeah, I
that?
watched some of the stuff on Instagram. He reminds me like a little young, athletic Trevor Brazil.
Isn't that wild saying a young, athletic Trevor Brazil? Because Brazil already
saying, like,
no, I
like
get it.
A young guy that's athletic like Trevor Brazil. Sorry, that was a bad sentence. But
I would say,
that's what he reminded me of. He's dunking and like catching stuff off the rim. And I mean,
what's the guy who plays at the Dallas Mavericks right now? The young guy they just drafted,
Cooper Flag.
Yeah, that's kind of what he reminds me.
Yeah, he reminds me.
If you were Cooper Flag, we got to do it.
Yeah,
just not as big.
He's not as big. I would say almost spot on with Trevor Brazil, but plays with a much higher motor. Much higher. You don't believe me? Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these things right here. Let's see what this young kid got. Once again, he's on the floor with some grown men out here, and you'll see him pop up all over the tape. Little alley-oop dunk. And first of all, oh my gosh, hold on. Let me go back real quick. Sorry. We got to talk about this. Whenever you got a guy like this who has a Michael Myers tattoo, you got to, I mean, that's aggressive. All right. We got a stone cold killer out there. All right. So
I like Michael Myers. What's my favorite movie?
Oh, that's insane. Right. All right. Here we go. And once again, he's 19. I want to put this in perspective. Extremely athletic, great awareness around the rim. Yeah. But, he misses the three, gets his own rebound. Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
I love the aggressiveness, man.
Watch the little stare down right here. Come on, look at it. Come on, young buck. Ooh, I like that. What about the range? Can we shoot? Dude's got a shot on him too, y'all. Buckets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's that Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
I'm looking. He's got inside game. He's got perimeter game.
Transition. We know it's Coach Cal special. And like he attacks the rim every single time.
And he plays big. That's like even though he's skinny, he plays like he's 250.
Back, young man.
Yeah, he did. Very impressive player. Like I said, these are highlights. We don't really sit down and watch full game film on these guys, but you got to be excited about it. Him addition to
Mika Marinin.
Yeah,
I looked it up how to say it.
Mika Marinin. Pooh Bear the Prophet in the comment section. That is what they call him. They call him Slim Jesus. That's his like little nickname. Not sure where that came from, but I like it. Now the question is, fellas, we've been here and we've talked about this on our show. The experience and age and not so much a team loaded up with freshmen. We've seen it go far in the tournament, and when I say far, I mean Final Four and winning it all. Does it worry you a little bit that we're so young when it comes to what looks like, I mean, I don't know who you put on the bench right here, right? You start all these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, you got a couple key things coming back, and I was listening to John Rothstein last night. He was talking about some of this, and Malik obviously got his toe in the water for the NBA draft and has his college eligibility remaining. Billy's doing the same thing. those are two key guys that I think experience-wise you really want back. Now, it's crazy to say that a sophomore is like a seasoned person nowadays, but it's true. I think Billy would be a junior, so I'll take that back. But yeah, I mean, it's talent, and talent is talent. But I'll say this: there is something to say about experience. I mean, you look at what Michigan did. Went out and got a bunch of talented but older guys. So I do think that there's something to say about experience. But Darius Acuff was a freshman. He was, I think the best player in the country last year.
Yeah,
and so is it a necessity or is it just a nice to have, but you'd rather have talent? I guess that would be the question that I'll ask you guys. Would you rather have talent, like bona fide talent, or experience? Not both intertwined, but talent or experience.
God, that's a tough question.
Yeah. I feel like
that's tough. Oh man.
Yeah, it's like I hate to choose between one. I want experience, but they're all untalented. Yeah, you're gonna lose.
Because I would lead towards the only thing I can compare this to.
And I don't want to say untalented.
No. When
star players are, in college, I feel like in college, when you can get a group of guys that played basketball together for an extended period of time, you can win in college basketball. Like when you have that relationship on the court, the synergy and the experience, that wins a lot in college. It just does. Obviously that same thing can say with any sport, even in the NBA, but you see those types of teams that make it. These one and done stuff, you're going to run the risk until you finally hit it on the head. And you just have these freaks like Zion Williamson's and RJ Barrett all on one team. Then you can make that championship run and you still might not get it.
They still didn't get it over there.
Yeah.
They still didn't get it.
Can I say something really quick that is just blowing my mind right now?
Yeah, let's hear it.
His father, so Pooh Bear the Prophet, his father played at UALR. Kimo Murinen played for the University of Arkansas at Little Rock Trojans for 2 seasons, 2002 to 2004.
Look at that.
We're watching a kid on the court that his dad was in college right before we were in college.
Oh, dang. We're there.
Crazy to think about.
Dang. That means
we have college age kids.
That means dad was getting it. Dad was getting it in early. Dang, Dad. Is that how that works?
Oh.
How old would he have had to been?
Crazy statement.
Somebody do the math on that. Yeah. If you got time, do the math on that. 2002. I graduated high school 2007.
DJ, 19, 20 years ago, you were going to college.
For me to have a 19-year-old. Wow. Yeah, do your thing.
Yeah, I don't want
to do the math on that one if you can. You talked about experience over talent, and it really does depend. Because Grant, would you take you've seen, especially in the trenches, an experienced offensive lineman taking on a young, talented defensive end? I would take the experience.
That's a little different.
Okay.
Football and basketball, I think that's different a little bit.
Yeah.
Much more of and I say physical game, physical in the way of, it's kind of one of those things where like, I used to be big and strong, my dad, but like my dad was always a little bit stronger because he was just a grown man.
Yeah.
And y'all know what I'm talking about. It's one of these things where it's like, hey, I lifted weights and I was strong in high school and for my age. Then my dad would just go over there and like pick up the refrigerator and just pick it up and slide it over. And I'm like, no, he ain't worked out in 20 years, But it's like, I think there's an aspect of being just grown man strong when you play football that comes with age. Basketball, I think you can get away with being 6'11", 203 pounds, and you can dominate.
Yeah.
Because
we have seen very savvy basketball players with a lot of experience that can get the edge on these younger, talented guys just because they know more. And they it's just
100%.
You see it all the time. What's that kid? God, what school is he at? He wears like goggle type glasses, white dude. He's smooth. He's so good.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No, he kind of had
but not Kareem. Cream.
Oh, that's what they call him.
Like the white boy. That's what they call him.
Played at like Creighton or St. Louis or somewhere like
that.
Yeah,
St. Louis this past year.
But he was he was a savvy basketball player. You know what I mean? And his experience gave him the edge on a lot more athletic folk out there.
There's a dude at Little Rock Athletic Club probably today that's out there that's playing just like him.
100%. All right, y'all. We missed this yesterday. We got to talk baseball. Once again, they came off of a weekend series win, a series that I'm assuming everyone wanted them to have the sweep with, but that was not the case. And heading into that, I'm not sure if Alyssa touches on it. Missouri actually stopped a 28-game losing streak when it comes to conference play. And it just happened to be with Arkansas. You know, that sucks, right? Why'd it got to be us? But let's go ahead and do a little recap. Alyssa Orange is going to hop in right now. This is going to be about 4 minutes. So, fellas, sit back, mute your mics. And then, once again, we're full swing baseball right now. No pun intended. But we really want to get this thing rocking and rolling for DVH because it's just, unless I'm missing something, and I'm not going to lie, I haven't been paying the closest attention. But from an outsider's perspective, fellas, it doesn't look like it's going the way that we would hope the end of Dave Van Horn's career would go. So can they turn this thing around sooner than later? So let's go ahead and get into it. Here's Alyssa Orange with our recap of the Diamond Hogs.
Well, baseball is baseball, and the good news is that Arkansas got the series win in Columbia, Missouri, came back, won the first 2 games, lost the third, had no business losing to Missouri in general in baseball, but it is what it is, and you still get the series win, and you're 9-9 in conference play right now. They won that first game 5-4. They won the second game 6-0. They lost that last game 6-1, and Colin Fisher started that game, went 1 1/3, which is not what you want to see out of a guy who is you're trying to get back into that starting rotation. Gabe Gackle came in and only gave them 2 2/3. So they're still trying to figure out exactly where all those pieces fit with their lineup and rotation and the bullpen and where guys are most comfortable. But they're going to have to really start figuring out, and guys are honestly going to have to step up. Like, this is the time of the year right now with 3 SEC series left that you got to be able to figure it out and solidify yourself on what you can be for this team in the long run, because there's not a lot of baseball left and there's not a whole lot of wiggle room until the postseason starts to get it figured out. So that sense of urgency that I didn't quite feel a handful of weeks ago when we started talking about this, you guys, I'm starting to feel it now. These guys have got to start to just really, quite frankly, step up and figure out what their roles want to be with this rotation for the bullpen and that pitching staff. So with that being said, as I mentioned, there are 3 more SEC series left in Ole Miss and OU. You host both of those at Baum-Walker Stadium. That's the good news there. Both of those teams ahead of you in the standings at 10-8. And then you finish the regular season on the road at Kentucky, who is 8-10, just below you in the SEC standings. And then you go to Hoover for the SEC tournament. And I've never been a big fan of the SEC tournament. Look, I love baseball. I'll always watch it. It's always a good time. Something wacky always happens, and the weather is always a mess. But this doesn't really do much for you, in my opinion, on where you're going to be in the postseason. At that point, you've pretty much got a good idea of who the top 16 teams are going to be, who your national 8 seeds are going to be, and then where you fall in that. The SEC tournament or any postseason tournament for these conferences really don't do much in terms of really moving you one way or the other. So it is what it is, but I think everyone's got a really good idea of once this starts, where everything is going to lie when the NCAA comes out with their seedings and where they're putting everybody. Right now, when you look at where those projections are, Arkansas is a 2 seed. And I just don't think that they're going to be able to play their way into a top 16 seed where you're hosting a regional. There's just not, like I mentioned, not enough baseball left. And the way that things are going right now, I don't see the teams in front of them faltering enough to get Arkansas into that top 16. So you're probably going to be a 2 seed, and you just want to be a strong 2 seed in a winnable regional. And that's really best case scenario, in my opinion, for Arkansas. Baseball America right now has them as a 2 seed at UNC. Not terrible, but they've got UNC as the 3 seed overall, so I don't love that. And they'd be with UAB and Binghamton. D1 Baseball has them as a 2 seed in Tallahassee. And I don't need that. I don't need that stress. I don't need that drama. We're just going to pretend like that just doesn't even exist. Let's just not do that, okay? And then On3 Sports have them all the way over in Corvallis, taking on Oregon State, and that regional as a 2 seed, along with Gonzaga and Nevada. The last time that they didn't host a regional and went to Omaha was in 2022. They went over to Stillwater. They won that regional, went over to Chapel Hill, won that super, and made it all the way to Omaha. And we're one game away from playing in the College World Series finals. This is doable. And I've talked about this before. This team reminds me a lot of that 2022 team. So as a baseball optimist, I still feel okay about where Arkansas is right now and where they can place themselves in the postseason, because I do think that they have the weapons and the talent to make a run to Omaha, but they have got to really just start getting everything clicking together. And it can't just be the defense and the offense one day and not the pitching, or just the pitching and the defense, but not the offense. You have got to find a way to get all of those three things in sync with this much baseball left.
All right, y'all. Alyssa Orange, once again, appreciate her insight. She can't do Tallahassee. I don't know if y'all know her. She's a big Florida State fan, big time Florida State fan. I didn't realize how some fans are so passionate about the sport. I worked with her for 10 years, and we were watching a Florida State football game, and Florida State ended up losing, and I think Mike Irwin kind of made fun of her. I've never seen anything like it. I was nervous, and I got scared. I ended up leaving the room. I was just like, man, it hits here for a listen.
Passionate. Passionate.
It hits there.
I just pulled up the standings, man, and it's weird to see Arkansas in the bottom half of the standings in baseball. It's just not what you're accustomed to. It's almost like, Alabama fans seeing their football team in the bottom half of the conference. It's just not. It looks weird.
Yeah.
When the hog emblem is, you got to scroll a little bit to get down there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's what we need, though. We always go into this postseason play in Omaha being top ranked team, and then we fumble the bag. Maybe we need to go in like, no pressure, we're the underdog.
Hey, we've always talked about how baseball is a funny sport, and as long as you get there, anything can happen. Now,
that's right,
no doubt.
Am I safe of saying we have the talent? They just aren't. They can't get it figured out at the moment, or do we just not have the talent that we thought we had?
I think maybe. I mean, I'm sure you may have missed on a couple guys, and I'll be very honest. I have not watched a ton of this team play. Yeah. And again, with the portal and all that, all this stuff, every team in college, no matter the sport, flips over every year. So it's kind of hard to keep up a little bit. But baseball is a weird sport. I remember when I think it was. Let me try to think. North Carolina State maybe came to, came and played us in a super regional here. We hosted it, and they were just kind of a middle of the road team that made it in. They beat us handily.
Yeah. And
it was a COVID year. So maybe the year after COVID, they probably would have won the whole thing, but I think they had a kid test positive for COVID. And that was when, if you had one guy test positive, the whole team was quarantined.
Yeah, I remember
so then
that.
They couldn't play. And so, we could very much so be a team like that. And if you get hot right at the right time, something clicks, then you could run the table.
Yeah.
And we've been the number one team a lot, and it didn't pan out for us either.
So all of a sudden the bats stopped smacking the ball. If the bats start flying, things can change.
Yeah,
going chalk in baseball is pretty tough.
The comments coming in from Lance Swoop says the Gackle debacle has thrown a wrinkle into things. You wanted him to come in and be that guy. Pitchers like Cole Gibbler, this is from Pooh Bear, have got noticeably less amount of strikeouts. Our pitchers haven't been, I guess, what we expected is what we're trying to say
expected.
There. Yeah, hopefully Carson Wiggins is this year's what Gage Wood was last year for us. Still got time. Can't ever count out baseball. And welcome to the show. Who is late? Usually I can count on Jonathan Armstrong to be one of the first ones. He pushed that snooze button a little bit this morning. Alex Shirley is in the house as well. Alex, first of all, thank you. We had we went live Saturday for the spring game, and the first spot we were set up at, we had no shade, and the sun fried all of our stuff, and so everything shut down. Literally, as soon as we went live, about 3 minutes later, it all shut down. So you should have saw us pick up everything. Alex Shirley was there, him and his lady, and Boston, that is. And we grabbed everything and we penguin walked it all the way to the shade at the alumni house. And then we were able to get our show up. It was all hands on deck. Miss Donna, my mom, Val Powell, everybody was out there.
Crew.
Ebony was holding it down, making sure we got from point A to point B so we could give y'all a show. So big shout out to Alex Shirley for that. All right, y'all, we're about to get to the Blitz. And once again, I know we typically give away mugs every day. We're going to do a little bit different. All right. So that's a lot I put on Val. So we're going to start picking people, and then we're going to put you into a drawing for the end of the week. But in order to get your name in that drawing, and then we'll do a fun little live, reveal, you have to win throughout during the week. So pick who you want to represent you. And instead of just a mug, you'll not only get your 4th and 5 morning mug, we'll send you a 4th and 5 hoodie as well. And then we're going to give you a nice little package. All right. So these are some fun stuff. We want to give out more to our people. We just been putting a lot on Val. So who do you want to represent you today in the Blitz? And we got some fun ones that we'll wrap up with some more fun stuff on the other side. So y'all go in the chat right now, get that going. And as y'all do that, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, our friends at Ortho Arkansas. Once again, any orthopedic need. If you're that guy out there at the athletic club that Grant was talking about, because you still got it, Father Time will remind you that maybe you still don't got it as much as you thought you did. You wake up the next day and you're like, oh, what happened there? Back of the knee hurts a little bit, ankle ain't right. You give it a couple days and it doesn't change. And then like most of us, you give it about 2 months and it still doesn't change. Then it's time to go see somebody. All right, so go head over there, hang out with our friends at Ortho Arkansas, 10 locations, extended urgent care hours. And this isn't just for old heads out there. Any athlete out there right now, parents, you got a kid dealing with something and you need something now, something quick. You have an injury that happened on a soccer field, extended urgent care hours. They're going to take care of you, put you in the right spot, and make sure that they get you back to playing the game that you love. Find more information at orthoarkansas.com. All right, y'all, let's get into the Blitz. We got some great topics. Who are we playing for over here?
Scooch up a little bit.
Let me scooch up a little bit. There we go. I got to figure out a way to give y'all access.
We got kind of a new format, so I think at the end of the day, we could probably pick some people that have won before.
Yeah. I'll let y'all pick who you got. It's on y'all.
Razorback Pride was the first one that at least I can see here.
Uh-huh.
So I'll take Razorback Pride.
Josh, who you got?
Let's go around.
Let's see. Taco. He's new to as far as I haven't seen Taco in the comments before. I want to play for Taco.
My mom sent me a screenshot. Jim Gum was first, y'all, and I don't know how we missed it.
That is not on us. That is 100% restreams.
Because it was in order. It was in order.
Was it Facebook or was it?
It might not have got fed into this.
I can't. Yeah, I think Jim Gum's on YouTube. But if you go to the top, tell me if I'm wrong. This is what my mom sent me. It says Jim Gum says, "Good morning, 4th and 5 team. Hello, chat." Then it goes Taco, Legend 86, Donna, Razorback Pride, Keebler. Dang, we didn't get it. You got it in too quick.
Too quick. It missed the bus to the Restream platform.
That changes
too early.
Things. All right, y'all, we're lined up.
Right.
We got some great topics, and like I said, we are well aware that a big partner of ours, Oakland Sports, okay? Now, they're going through a whole FanDuel type thing, and one of our favorite things that we did each and every week is when we put together our 4th and 5 parlay, because I love doing the player props. I'm a big fan of it, and I will continue to do so. But also, if we're going to be fair and talk about things the way that we should, I don't think we should avoid talking about questions like this just because we have sponsors who this is good for. You know what I mean? We got to do our part at the end of the day. And I think sponsors appreciate us going about things like that.
Got to keep it real.
Got to keep it real. But when it comes to player props, fellas, is it time to take them out of sports betting? All right. So player props, if you're unfamiliar what this is, it's individual players that you can hop onto an app or a website and you see what the line is for that guy. Let's just say if it was me playing football and it says, will DJ catch 3 or more passes today. All right. Will DJ have over 50 receiving yards or under 50 receiving yards? All right. And then you can bet on those individual players. Basketball, how many points will somebody have? How many rebounds will somebody have? These individual player props. Okay. Now, the reason we bring this up is because we have heard and seen some cases in college sports where it sure looks like these players are aware of their player props. And they've made some questionable decisions that have led to investigations that they were maybe dropping balls on purpose, maybe not getting as many yards as they could have on purpose because of their individual player prop, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about team prop, like final score of a game. Great, we still got that. Total yards as a team. Great, we still got that. Total points, all these team things are still all on the table. But when it comes to player props, is it time to get away from this when it comes to sports betting? Josh, you're on the clock and your time starts now.
And I think if you want to keep the integrity of the game there, you want to keep the honesty of the game there, you want to make sure that you don't have any more issues with players putting money on themselves, on their own performance, on a teammate's performance or whatever. We just want to keep it transparent all around. And yeah, I think you get rid of player props, but I don't think you can get rid of player props. That's the biggest issue because there's so much money being made. DJ, when you sent this question yesterday, I looked up, Colorado tried to ban this not too long ago. They couldn't even get that passed because at the end of the day, there's too much money involved. And that's good for the state. That's good for the people that are running these player props. But the issue is that it's going to cause some sort of colluding, some sort of cheating, some sort of letting off the gas when it benefits certain players. And that's going to keep happening.
All right, here we go.
I want that cut off when it benefits.
Okay.
I don't want players. I don't want. I just play.
I stopped listening as soon as I hear the buzzer. All right,
I love it.
Listening.
I love that.
All right, great. You're on the clock. Your time starts now.
Well, see, here's what I think. I don't think that you can eliminate that, and for the business case that maybe Josh just said, but also I think these guys, if we're not talking about them being kids, like everybody says, they're not kids, they're young men, then you've got to trust them to be mature enough to handle the situation. And at the end of the day, I don't think you penalize everybody else out there, and just because a couple kids can't, manage their impulses to go bet on this stuff. So, there's a lot of things out there. There's speed limits and everything else that people don't obey either. So I want to make sure that at the end of the day, these guys know that it's on the institutions and it's on the people that are managing these players.
But man, this has been going on forever, guys. Yeah. This is not new. What was the basketball player got in trouble with this not too long ago? Rozier.
Yeah, Terry Rozier. It was.
So he's a pro. He's an adult. He's not a kid. He's not in college.
His was obvious. Yeah, coaches.
Ruggs. Was it Ruggs from Alabama that was at Las Vegas that was betting on himself? One of those Alabama wide receivers.
Yeah, what was Pete Rose doing back in the day? Wasn't Pete Rose doing something like that?
Ruggs is in jail for his car accident, so maybe not him.
It was one of these Alabama wide receivers that got in trouble for.
It may have been him.
So here we are. You got grown men.
Yeah.
They're subject to losing all of their playing ability as a professional athlete, and they're still doing it. So how do you stop it?
If you're asking me, I like the player props. I think they're fun, and you're right. With or without them being on an app, people still old school bet, and it'll still go on. Yeah, it'll still go on. So the only thing that helps this is when these players get caught, the punishment has to make a statement. So this kid over there at Texas Tech, if he plays college football again, I think that will then still let these players feel like, we'll be able to figure it out.
Well, all you got to do, DJ, is hire an attorney, kick the can down the road past the season, and they'll roll on it postseason, and he played.
Dang. That's wild.
So it's gonna happen.
And they get that money in Texas to do so. All right, y'all. I'll give that point. Ooh, Josh, good job. Give it to Josh.
Thanks, man.
All right.
I don't think you remember what I say by the time.
Yes, I do. You go second. I do listen. I listen. Man. All right.
I ain't won the first topic in a hot minute. I'm just being an advocate for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. All right, hold on, wait. Let's finish our competition round, then we're gonna wrap up with something fun. All right, so birthdays. So let's go ahead and line these up real quick. Let's see who's got a birthday today. All right. Josh, you're up 1 point. Let's get on to it.
I like that.
You like that? Here we go. We're going to start. You got a chance for 2 points here. First one up, who's celebrating a birthday today. This person is a graduate from Emerson College with a speech therapy degree. And then he founded his own comedy club. All right. Yeah, I need to go get some speech therapy from this guy. Yeah,
Joe Rogan.
He started his own comedy club. Then he rose to fame. He was born with the name James Douglas. I won't say his last name. That'll give it away.
Dave Chappelle.
A stand-up comedian, hosted The Tonight Show from 1992 to 2014.
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
Nice.
Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Josh is on the
chin.
board. How old is Jay Leno today, Josh?
Man, he's got to be 76.
Grant.
I'm going to say, yeah, Jay Leno's 73.
Josh Point, 75. All right, here we go.
Man.
Next one up.
I like this morning. What we got going on?
This actress served as a spokesmodel for L'Oreal. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And she modeled for Ralph Lauren. She appeared in Pirates of the Caribbean on
Keira Knightley.
Stranger Tides with Johnny Depp. Her dating life included Matthew McConaughey and Tom Cruise, which would have been interesting because if she married Tom Cruise, she wouldn't have to have changed her last name, but it would have been spelled different.
I can see her. I just don't know her name.
Mrs. Cruise.
It would have been spelt different. She has a very strong accent.
Yeah, I know. I want to say Vanessa, but that's not right. Penelope Cruz.
Penelope Cruz.
Yeah.
There we go. Grant, how old is Penelope Cruz today?
She's going to be 57.
Josh?
55.
Did I put her age on here? She's 51. There it is. Josh gets the point.
Dang.
I got to take a pause in the action.
I love this. What's happening?
Josh, you said a name of somebody's birthday, and I didn't give any hints that this was the person.
Jessica Alba?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you got pulled up over there? That's
hands-free.
That's a wild coincidence that you brought up somebody's birthday today, and I didn't give any clue or indication that this person's, based off what I just read, there was no indication.
Scandal going on?
There was no indication it was her birthday. But you
hold
said,
on. So wait. Well, is that somebody you're about to ask about?
It's her. It's literally who I got next.
I promise.
Jessica Alba. When I said she was in Pirates of the Caribbean,
all I was thinking is the girl that I'm thinking of in Pirates of the Caribbean is the brunette. That's not Penelope Cruz. It's the other younger girl.
Launch the investigation.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. So then I was like, well, she looked like Jessica Alba, so I said that because Grant's throwing out names, so I started throwing out names.
Investigation.
No, come on, man. I ain't got any.
I need a camera behind Josh from now on. I need a dual camera. I need this.
I'm not cheating. I didn't look up anything that had to do with birthdays today.
Jessica Alba was as much in the Pirates of the Caribbean as I was.
What's the girl's DJ?
Keira Knightley, man. I already said it. Keira Knightley.
Do you know? Is that the girl's name that I'm thinking of?
Who? Keira Knightley. Yes.
The girl that was like his.
Who I don't think
Johnny Depp's girlfriend or crush in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, Keira Knightley. Yes.
So I thought her.
In Love Actually.
I couldn't think of her name.
Yeah.
I do know Jessica Alba's name, so I just said it, man. Come on.
That's a wild coincidence. That's almost spot on coincidence.
All right, well, go ahead and start. Go ahead and start this next one. I'm ready.
According to
Jessica Alba. I got it. Let's go. 5-1.
Yeah, of course you got it, Josh. You pulled it up on your computer.
Taco Tuesday, baby. Taco Tuesday.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. That's funny. Hey, it is what it is. I can't prove it, It's just a coincidence. Just a coincidence.
It's like
You need
betting
to go
on yourself to
you need
throw
go
3
with
touchdowns
Scoresby
as
over there.
an NFL quarterback.
Dude.
All right.
It's worse than player props.
Who'd you play for today?
Taco Tuesday.
Razorback Pride's gonna be pissed. Oh,
Yeah.
you know he's gonna be pissed.
No, I would be too. You know,
I can't do anything. All right, so Taco, we'll put your name in the hat.
I did not cheat.
Cool.
all good,
Jeez.
dude.
See, you know how he slipped up? Now look, we'll say he didn't cheat, but for sake of argument and fun, let's just say that he did, okay? We were struggling with Jay Leno for a while, okay? Not only did he get Jay Leno, he was 1 off of his age, all right? Almost spot on. That was almost like I can't be too obvious.
It's
Is it like this? Josh over here like this. Jay Leno? 76. 76?
I mean, I'm just hot this morning, guys. Every dog has his day.
Dude,
Kind of Hispanic lady.
It's my day.
Jessica
I can't
Alba.
say Penelope Cruz. Jessica Alba?
Oh, no.
Man.
Hey, congratulations, Josh. I hope you have a great day at work. And if you can live with yourself, and hey, that's between you and yourself, man.
Yeah.
It's just my day, fellas. That's
I
it.
like it. I like it. Josh needs a dub.
It's like that.
fun.
Oh,
DJ,
man. That's
DJ and I
funny.
on the basketball court, and my shots are falling that day. He's upset. I get it.
We're going to wrap it up with our fun little segment to let everybody go with, and it is called, Josh, you can fall under this one right now. You're doing too much. That's right. Doing too much. All right, let's bring it back in. I'll tell you one thing I wish I didn't do as much, man. If you ever scroll on the internet, you come across some stuff. You're just like, wow. All right, so we're going to have some fun with this one. First topic is, fellas, fine dining restaurants, all right? We're going to go out to New York. There's a restaurant there. How do you pronounce that? El Cielo Restaurant, New York City.
That's pretty good. That's what I would have said.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and talk about some fine dining experiences. Take a look at what my girl got going on right here. You tell me if this is doing too much or not, all right?
What is that?
Let's get the experience. You ready? Let's go. Oh, yeah. Right in the hands. Oh, yeah. Come on.
Please try the chocolate from the bowl.
This is how we do taste tests.
No.
This is a Michelin star restaurant, y'all. Michelin.
Chocolate has been made with sugar
This
and
is-
coffee together.
Coffee.
He adds the coffee exfoliant to get deeper into the hand.
Very good.
I mean, listen.
What?
I hate to say this, but it had to be white people to do that too. 'Cause ain't nobody else doing that.
Oh,
I'm not trying to exfoliate my hands so I can taste what the door handle of the taxi cab tastes like.
I would say we're doing too much on that one. All right. But if you are interested in it, they got 3 locations, one in New York, you got one in Miami, and one in DC. All right. It's a Colombian restaurant. So not necessarily, I would pass on that one. All right. I would. Even if my hands were clean, I'm not going to go to a
I got big hands too. They probably charge me double to fill my hands up with that.
These restaurants are just figuring out ways to do less and make more. Now, I mean, there was a restaurant in New York that literally served a tomato, and they gave you a knife with it, and there's a little salt right there, and it was like a fine dining experience. You got to cut your own tomato at the table. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh.
I came here to get served, not to do what I can do in my kitchen.
Yeah, it's doing too much.
It's crazy.
All right, y'all. Another one. I don't know if y'all have seen this or not, but prom night. All right, we all remember our prom nights. The saying now is go big, or I really don't know how to fill in the blank, because what I've seen on social media nowadays, it's insane what they are doing
How
for
they
these
ask 'em?
prom night send-offs. They got send-off parties for prom night now, okay? So I go back to, look, my day. Let me go back to my prom. Check me out. I'm in the all white. You know, we would have something at the school. They would have like the little backdrop, and they would introduce it was called junior senior. They would introduce each couple as they would come out, and they would say hi on stage, and they go out. Look, we got a limo, and we feeling all cool down there. That's me, Igor. Who's that? Matthew DeSalvo, Tyler Ketcher, Eric Walther. Is that Sittler? Michael Sittler. Mm-hmm. We feel cool, all right? I think that's pretty standard of what you get for prom, right? Check out what they got going on nowadays. All right, check out what this neighborhood's doing. They hired this company.
What?
They're coming out, and I'm like, what are they building? Right? What are they building? This is to send the kids off to prom. All right. Looks pretty cool so far. Putting down some, whoa. Then it starts getting real. Okay. And then, so what is this going to end up being like? Check this out, y'all.
So this isn't a house party.
I thought we were being cool for our prom send-offs. Boy, was I wrong.
This is like Great Gatsby.
I mean, what are we doing? They got bartenders. They got the whole thing. VIP, 5-star catering meals. They got pyrotechnics in the back.
I just wonder.
This is where social media has ruined the world, man.
This is insane.
Right.
But how cool, though? I'm for it.
It does look cool. Everybody
It does
has
look cool.
these luxury cars heading to prom. I mean, is that doing too much, or are we like, that's kind of cool?
Are we about to have the 4th and 5 prom setup company on the side over here?
Man, but that's just the start of it. Now, I've seen some real hood ones, all right? But this one really set the bar. I actually think it's kind of cool. And like we said, depending on what people have in their bank account, you do you. You know what I mean? This does look like it's probably pretty expensive.
Oh, it looks cool,
Yeah.
but it is way too much.
Yeah, then you would say it's called doing too much. All right.
Doing
We
too
got
much.
people in the comment doing too much. Legend says, man, that's crazy. Happy for him. Talk about an experience. All right, y'all. We're finna go ahead and wrap this thing up.
Let me just say this, fellas. Let me say this.
What you finna say?
Before we go.
Oh, boy. Say your piece.
If I had cheated, I wouldn't have said her name before the question. Why would I have put myself out there like that?
It
You
was
feel that guilt? You feel that guilt on his heart right now? You got to
There's
bring it
no
back
guilt.
out. You
I just
feel
want my
that guilt?
wins. Listen, I don't want Deflategate surrounded by my wins.
The pressure is on his
I
shoulders.
want my wins respected.
Listen.
I want my wins to go down in history with no asterisk beside them.
Josh.
Okay.
Josh. Hey, congratulations, man.
That's
Thank
it.
you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, y'all.
You won.
Go get you a taco today, fellas. On me.
Taco, your name is in the hat. All right, for
All
a
right, you
chance to
selling
win a
out
big
Penrose,
prize
listen.
at the end of the week. All right, so thanks y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for watching the Morning Huddle. We're about to wrap this up. Y'all have a great day. I'm DJ Williams, Josh Throne, and Grant Cook. See y'all tomorrow.